General Katumba Wamala, the Minister of Works and Transport, on Thursday flagged off the passenger train from Kampala to Namamve. The services resumed after over a year of rehabilitation of the railway line by the Uganda Railway Corporation.
It's actually the whole idea behind is to reduce on the traffic jam, especially on Jinja-Kampala Road, the section between Kampala and Namamve. That's the one we are addressing now. But our view is that they are now constructing Namamve to Mukono Strait. So eventually it will be Kampala to Mukono to Kampala. When we are satisfied with that section, then we shall also take the Chengera route, so that it's also done. So that both ways you have a train, passenger train, doing rounds. We think that we may be able to reduce a number of taxis, especially on the Kampala-Jinja road, which if you have ever traveled on that road, in the morning hours and the evening, you know the kind of stress which you get.
Twataddeko 2,000 okutambuza abasaabaze 2,000 ezo lwaki twasitaddeko bwekyo kino tubadde twagala entambula eno esigale ng'ekola naye kati ssaawa zino engeri gye kiri nti ssente zonna wano abasaabaze ssente ezibavaamu tezisobola kukola ki kutambuza mulimu guno. Twasabye nno twongezeeko 2,000 ffe n'abasaabaze buli omu asobole okukola ki okusasulira entambula eno esobole okubeera ng'ekola ki ng'esigala egenda. Waliwo tubadde ku 1,000 tubadde tusindika ekintu tuteekamu kingi nnyo.
The passenger train will be commuting 4 trips a day from Kampala to Namamve as the rehabilitation works on the railway line continue so as to expand the passenger services. The aim of this development is to reduce on the traffic jam on the Kampala-Jinja highway, which has for long bothered the users of this route. According to Katumba, the over 8 months rehabilitation works of the railway has been an undertaking of the mechanical workshop based at Nalukolongo.
Rehabilitated by our own team at Nalukolongo. I think some of you have ever been there. Nalukolongo was a very, very good workshop that had been laid to waste. Our team led by Engineer Kafero under the direction of the MD have been able to, bring it to life.
He says the next step is to upgrade the railway to commute up to Mukono. At the moment, the railway shall be commuting 4 times a day between Kampala and Namamve. Hamas says it is considering in a positive spirit a Gaza truce deal, while the UN warned rebuilding the devastated Palestinian territory would require efforts not seen since World War II. After months of stop-start negotiations, Hamas has sounded an optimistic tone about the latest hostages for ceasefire proposal, raising hopes an agreement may soon be reached, even as medics in the besieged Strip reported fresh strikes on Gaza's southernmost city of Rafah on Friday. Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh said the group will soon send a delegation to Egypt to complete ongoing ceasefire discussions with a deal that, he says, realizes the demands of their people. Haniyeh, the leader of the militant group's political wing, told Egyptian and Qatari mediators in calls on Thursday that Hamas was studying the latest proposal from Israel with a positive spirit. The stakes of the truce talks were thrown into sharp relief on Thursday when a UN report estimated it could take 80 years to reconstruct all the homes flattened over the course of the nearly 7 months war. The UNDP assessment forecast the socio-economic toll inflicted will cost generations of Palestinians to come and called for an urgent ceasefire. President Joe Biden broke his virtual silence on Thursday on the nationwide Gaza campus protests, saying the United States was not authoritarian but insisting order must prevail. In a televised address from the White House, Biden added that there was no place for anti-Semitism on university campuses, which have been roiled by pro-Palestinian demonstrations amid Israel's war on Hamas in Gaza. The 81-year-old Democrat, whose re-election bid in November faces a challenge from voters opposed the war, said there had to be a balance between the right to peaceful protest and the need to prevent violence. The U.S. president also said the protest could not be allowed to disrupt classes and graduations for thousands of students at campuses across the United States. Biden has faced criticism for all sides of the political spectrum over the protests, several of which have been broken up by police in recent days, with dozens of people arrested. Republicans have accused him of being soft on what they say is anti-Semitic sentiment among the protesters, while he faces widespread opposition in his own party for his strong support for Israel's deadly military offensive.